Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. So today we are going to discuss another LeetCode problem, and the problem title is trim a binary search tree. So what is given in this? So here we are given three parameters as an input set. So first is the tree node, second is the left bound, and the last one is the right bound. And what we have to do is we have to construct or reconstruct a binary search tree which has all the values between those left and right bound. So let's take an example 1. So here we are given this tree whose root is this one, left is 0 and right is 2. So binary search tree, it means the root value has to be greater than the left child and it has to be lesser than the right child. And here the left value is given as a 1 and right is 2. So in this case we need to trim this left part of this tree so that 0 will get trimmed and the output will be like 1 and 2. So next example is this one. So here this tree is given over here and the left bound is 1 and the right bound is 3. So here we can consider like, so if it is 3 then we don't need to consider the right bound of this 3, so we can skip the 4. And also we have to trim this 0, so the left child will be like 3 2 1 and right again it is empty because 4 is outside of the range. So how to do this? So here we simply perform the standard DFS operation over here. So in this case what we have to do is, here we are given the function that is a trim BST, and it contains the three parameters, that is a tree node, then left bound and the right bound. Okay, and the output is expected output is the tree node. So you can like reconstruct the same tree by skipping the or trimming the nodes which are outside the bounds, and or you can form the another you can make a separate tree node and you can create a separate tree or construct a separate tree. So here what I'm doing is I am trying to modify the existing one only. So this is a DFS function. So like again in this DFS function I'm just performing simple checks. If my root is null, then I have to simply return that root, that is null only. If it is not the case, what I am doing is I am checking whether the root value is equal to L. So in this case if we consider the example 1, so in this the root value is 1 which gets matched to the left bound. So in this case what we have to do is we have to consider the left tree that is a null and I just have to move to the right side. So whatever the root of right, I have to call the DFS function, so it will iterate for the right bounds to capture the right values. So DFS on the right tree. If it is not the case, if it is the like if we say the root value is equal to R, so if it is the case, then in that case I have to move to the left part, because here if you consider in the example 2, so it matches with the right value, so I just have to consider the left tree only. So here I will first I will make my right tree as a null, and for the left tree I will perform the DFS operation on the left part to capture the left bound values. If it is not the case, if it lies somewhere, so there can be the case like if my so root value is greater than left, okay, and root value is less than R. So in this case I can say let me reiterate this thing. So let's say if my root value is greater than the left bound and if my root value is lesser than the right bound, so in this case I have to keep the root as it is and I have to structure restructure the left tree and the right tree, which can hold only the inbound values in between the L and R. So root dot left will form the left side tree and root dot right will form the right side of the tree. Okay, if it is not the case, then there can be the case like root value can be greater than the left and root value can be greater than the right. So in this case if the root value is outside the range, if it is greater than the left and right values, so in that case my tree should be formed on the left side. So I have to form the entire tree from on the left side. So that's why I will have to write like root is equal to DFS on left side of the tree. If like, and if there is a final case, like if the root value is lesser than the right and the left value, so in that case I have to perform the tree on the right side. So the exact opposite operation I have to perform on the right tree to form the root. So this way I can form the entire tree, and finally I just have to return the tree over here, that is root value over here. Let me run this program and show you the output. So it's a pretty straightforward program, and in terms of the time complexity and the space complexity, so I'm not performing any or I'm not defining any extra values to occupy the space. So the space complexity is the like a big of 1 over here, and in terms of the time complexity I am traversing the entire height of the tree, so it is a big O of h, or you can consider the big O of n over here. So here we got the success. The solution is 0 millisecond, that is 100% faster than the any other Java submissions. And let's see the test cases part. So it has covered all the 77 test cases over here. Okay, so if you want the solution of this program, so you can check out the description section. I have uploaded the GitHub link over there. If you like this video, please do like this video and subscribe to my channel to get the further updates. Thank you, and stay tuned for the next one.